here today. Guys?
We'll see what kind of impact that has, Holly. From the gun, running back gets to give. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Trips left, one wide receiver to the right on 2nd and 9. Pulls it and fires to the left. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Man, is this place loud right now. The Cowpoke faithful bringing it on 3rd down. They go to the counter. 28-yard line, not enough to pick up the 1st down. And the Jayhawks will punt this one away. Gets the first one of the day out of there, and we saw a lot of him in that loss last week, 4 times to be exact. And he is knocked down immediately. Brave to try the return, though the coach might have preferred a fair catch. So the Oklahoma State Cowboys offense takes the field for the first time in this game. And coming out to pilot the attack is Jake Fett. They were all over him for the entire game last time out. 3 sacks and a couple of picks. Trying to establish the run. They'll knock him down after a 6-yard gain to the 27.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Fresh set of downs going up top. Makes the grab. It's Snow. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. And the Cowboys will snap it on 1st and 10. See some running room. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. 1st down, 10 yards to go. Sells the run, looking to pass. Out wide left, it's Snow. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Cowboys, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Snap on 1st down, wants to throw. Trying to escape and get it himself. He'll be run out of bounds at the 14. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. And the Cowboys kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Fresh setter downs going to the air. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. He was fighting his way toward those sticks, but they'll stop him a couple of yards short. They're going to go for it on 4th down, and remember, from this spot, they can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown. Quarterback changing the play. Snapped on 4th down. Stepping to the right. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
Well, they've been calling his number, running the ball a lot on this drive, Dave. That's an outstanding run right there. But whether it's designed or whether it's off script, scrambling around, this defense can't find a way to corral this guy. And if I was on offense, I'd keep letting him do this.
Yeah, and the annoying thing is, man, the quarterback gets the ball every single play. They snap it to him. He can throw it. He can scramble. He can run. So it really just opens up the whole field is at his mercy. And this defense right now, not finding a lot of answers. They've got to do something to stop this quarterback.
Pulls it, fired complete. He'll get a fresh set of downs stopped at the 31-yard line. The Jayhawks want to crank the tempo.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Caught. Makes the grab and down immediately. He picks up a few. And the Jayhawks lining up, just needing a few tough inches on third down. Turns into the pile. He'll be stopped short. It'll bring up fourth down as this defense makes a play. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. Fourth and inches, and they'll go for it. Snapped it, he has to have it. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on down.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on, but with the defense getting that stop on fourth down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense in that one.
The Cowboys can really attack on this second and short. Reels it in. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. New center downs right on the doorstep for this offense. He's looking to pass. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Hand it to the back. He's past the sticks. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line. And it's another 1st and 10 play. Might as well give it to him again. Gain of about 4 sets up a 2nd and 6. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. This time they'll throw it. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. We've reached the break. Oklahoma State is on top. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Jayhawks are moving quickly down the field. Wants to throw on first. Intercepted. Oh, what a play. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. They'll run it. There he goes. They make the tackle at the 33, but he's ripped off 15 yards and picked up a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Drops back on first down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep. Not able to connect there.
Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit. They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun. There's some room. And he stopped, brought down at the 18. It'll be enough for the first down.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the...
And Intercepted to stop the threat. Bringing it back. The 50. The 40. And they capitalized not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position. The Kansas offense returns to the field. Leaves it with the back. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give on the counter. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. First and goal and a touchdown here really gives them momentum. Looking to throw. Those two not on the same page. It's incomplete. Can the D deny them on second and goal? The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They'd love to make this short field pay off with a touchdown instead of a field goal, but it's third and goal. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And you see, once you start to get to the red zone, the contested catch rate goes way through the roof. Who can make those plays when you're physically getting hit? Nice job by the defense, man. Make them earn it. Make them feel it. Get your hands through the contact of the football when they're trying to make the catch. Great job breaking on the football at the perfect time.
A bold decision to go for it on fourth down, and one that did not pay off. He'll be stopped at the 15. It'll be a first down, and this defense misses an opportunity to keep them backed up close to the goal line. Rolls right. He'll pull it down. Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly. Maybe picked up one on the play. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. Quick give. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one. And the Cowboys will snap it on first and 10. Fresh set of downs going up top. Good timing on the quick out. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. It's first and 10 for this offense from the 42. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. They'll snap it from the 34 on first and 10. They'll try the right side. Halfway there on first down, it's second and 5. Fake to the back, wants to throw it. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Well, obviously, at this point in the first half, the defense is finding themselves in a hole. You just get the feeling if they're going to get back in this, they're going to need more plays like that. They're going to need sacks. They're going to need turnovers. They're going to have to create negative plays to get themselves some momentum.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. Out wide right, it's Anderson. Brought down at the 10-yard line, and a nifty pickup after the grab on that one. The Cowboys are threatening on first and goal. He's got it. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6. They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Pistols firing, touchdown Cowboys. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. No midseason concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Hand off from the shotgun. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at second and 6. And the Jayhawks come to the line in the hurry-up.
And nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Finds his big tight end. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again.
Man, this offense, they needed that one in the worst way, right? They're getting blown out in this game so far, and as we get close to halftime, they've got to be able to put a good drive together. They've got to be able to come away with a touchdown here, close the gap a little bit going into the second half.
Long way to go on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. They're working that left side. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Runs through a man, and he might have some space. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Jayhawks.
Man, oh man, when you got...
Oh, and they blocked it. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a 62-yard pass for the score. On the move from inside his 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Snags it quickly on the left. Makes the catch, but goes no further, and it'll be a short pickup on that one. Just barely picked up a yard, but that last completion, it's 2nd and 9. Buying time to his right. Flips it out in the flat. Got room at the 35. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. Snap on first down, wants to throw. Takes the easy one to the back. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48.
And we've seen him do it by land, right? They've been handing him the football, and he's been finding space, making some plays, and now he does it by air. They find him, throw him the football, proving to be a dual threat. This is a guy they like to feature in this offense because he'll continue to make big plays.
The Cowboys will use their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Changing the routes with his receivers. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Gets it to the back. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. And the Cowboys go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Still looking to his right. He's going to run it. Got the first down. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Cowboys! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. And with the extra point, the score is 28-6. They march 78 yards down the field, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive? Fresh setter downs going to the air. He's got the tight end. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. We begin with Texas Tech taking on the number 5 team, the Colorado Buffaloes. And it's the Red Raiders who are faring well right now in their quest to turn this season around. 2-3 would hardly be 5-0. But if they can close this out, they've accomplished something.
He'll put total leather and get this second half started. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So the Cowboys offense heads onto the field to start this drive. They keep it on the ground to open the third. They knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Kept it on the ground, now they'll throw. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Tried to scramble his way free, but that defense does a great job, and there's no gain on the play. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Looking for running room. He did everything he could to find enough running room, and he'll be stopped about 3 yards short of the first down marker. It's 4th down. Look at this, guys. The offense appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. Got his man in the middle. And he... After making the grab, good pickup there to help them dig out of the hole, but still some work to do to get a first down. Snaps it, they'll throw to start the drive. A shot toward the end zone. Falls in complete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Hands it off. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the big fella. I know you want to stretch the field horizontally, but working a little vertical in wouldn't hurt either.
No, it wouldn't, and you got to be able to work with some space. There's an entire field that we got to attack on offense right now. That was just way too much work for little gain.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The Cowboys come out to get this drive started. He'll try the left side. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Here comes the heat. The throw. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there. After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. From the gun, wants to pass. Left side is Anderson. He's loose. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys! And the stomping has commenced. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Rush right in his face. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. 2nd and long here. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Working that left side now. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And the timing just a hair off.
This is a situation here in the third quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this, and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
Got his man on the right. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Cowboys in a good spot here with second and short. The play fake. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. This offense always looking for those big explosive plays, and now they've got it just inside the 30. Hauls it in. Picked up 5 on that last pass play. Now it's 2nd and 5. Gonna look downfield again. Moving out to the right. Slides, avoids the hit. What a play to convert on 2nd and long.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Play action on first down. Extending the play. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. They'll need a bunch on 2nd down. From the gun, looking for a man. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Yeah, and how about this defense? Great job on 2nd down and long. Now forcing an even more predictable situation. This offensive line better get it together because that pass rush is coming.
Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And now the lead is even bigger.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for the squad.
He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Tells the run, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Handoff from the gun. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down. A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Hicks. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. Powers inside. He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. Trying to get the corner. He'll toss it. He's not quite going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs as the defense stops him a few yards short. Guys, that's the end of the quarter, and Oklahoma State has the lead here. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. Tackled after a short gain, it'll be 2nd and 9.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Drives inside. He gets nothing. Nowhere to go, and it'll be 4th down. And they are sending out the field goal unit now. Thought they might spin that wheel of fortune on 4th and short, but they'll line up for the field goal. And this one splits the uprights. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
The Jayhawks rock out to start this drive. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive, reckless. They got to find the... this offense to really be productive. And last possession they went for it, they rolled the dice, Palmer, and it didn't work out for them.
Yeah, if you're better on 3rd down moving forward, though, you can keep yourself out of those situations.
Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. 3rd and long coming up. From the gun, wants to pass. Under pressure. Finds his big tight end.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. Got to make the play on 4th. Unloads to the right. And he's brought down, but he picks up the 1st down, and the gamble pays off. The Jayhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll try the left side. Driven back.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
3rd and long right here. From the gun, wants to pass. Good job just to get rid of that one.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. The give to the single back. And he's brought down after a short gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a man. It's Lawrence. Gets rid of it. Finds the tight end. Just making a play. Getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down. And the Cowboys headed quickly to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page. In time, in rhythm.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Long way to go on 2nd down. The throw on 2nd down, and they need a lot. Fires to the tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. Facing 3rd and long from the 21 and hoping not to settle for a field goal. From the gun, wants to pass. He finds a dead spot in the middle. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10. The Cowboys come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Driving his way all the way down to the 3-yard line.
1st down and goal, I bet you the percentages are really high for run, and this defense was ready for it. They got to match the physicality right here, right now in this situation.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Going for 6. And he was looking into the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback, because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown. On to attempt to try. with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. So they move the ball 37 yards on the drive and close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kansas gets the ball back, and the Jayhawk offense is ready to go to work. We'll see if that failed fourth down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is when you get stopped sometimes. Been a hole, and Jesse, now the offense has to come out and respond.
They were real disappointed not getting that first down. You could see it on the sideline, so let's just see if that's kind of galvanized them a little bit here to go make a statement and get some points.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. He's got it on the right. Could not make his way to the corner.
Offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
Finds his tight end, and they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? Caught on the RPO. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. With the clock running, this should be the final play. When you know you have a team out of class, the ability to play to that standard and finish with a blowout like this is really impressive.
And it's almost like playing against yourself, right? You know you're better. You know you're going to win the football game, but how do I continue to still execute? This was so easy, great execution, just beat down in every facet.
I think as a player, you just love being in such great rhythm, and we saw that right from the get-go in this game. Offense just able to matriculate the ball down the field.